but let's go. Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. Monday night is open mic night, so if you have a topic you want to talk about, feel free to talk about it. I always start off with a topic. I saw the Blue Beetle trailer today, and then I saw the backlash. Apparently, at the very end, and not apparently, he does. George Lopez says, Batman is a fascist. In response to Blue Beetle saying, well, you know, we got some Batman-like stuff here. And this has set everybody on fire. The right people got really angry for the wrong reasons. And here are the wrong reasons. George Lopez's character, if you look at it, now basically we don't really know because we only got a 3-minute trailer, but George Lopez's character kind of looks like the grandfather who lazily sleeps on the couch while is more than likely a conspiracy theorist and such. That's the character that is yelling out, oh, fascist Batman.
I want to point out that he might be listening to Gordon Godfrey at the DC Universe.
Maybe so. There is a lot to be glommed onto here. Of course, you're going to. The thing is there's something behind this. Twitter does not lend itself well to deep thought. We all know this.
To subtlety and nuance.
What? No.
But I'm going to correct you something. There's not a backlash. There's a batlash.
So you get a lot of people. I've referred to them in the past as the well, actually people. Well, actually, you know what's saying? Well, actually, and they think Dixie Cup deep. If you don't know what a Dixie Cup is, it always came near bottles of water, those big jugs at the office, and they're only about yay deep. It's Dixie Cup deep thinking. It's Dixie Cup deep thinking.
Yeah, or a paper cup, you know, like if you get a sauce at, you know, say a Zaxby's or
there you go. Yes. Very, but point being is
small jugs.
Point being is that Twitter is not where you go for deep thought or for critical thinking. So you get people who go, well, you know, all Batman does is beat up on the poor, and the poor are they're the marginalized people. Therefore, Batman's just a fascist. And I read this with that voice in my head because I can't believe anybody who has ever read more than 2 Batman comics could, unless those Batman comics were one of the Elseworlds where he's evil, could ever not understand who Bruce Wayne really is. Bruce Wayne dresses up like Batman and he fights crime as Batman. So crime never happens to anybody else. He's a compassionate man. He's a very compassionate man. And here's the deal, kids. If he's beating up on a criminal, it's because they committed a crime. He doesn't do. It's not Minority Report.
There is
he doesn't do pre-crime.
There is one version of Batman where he's fascist, and that's in the Justice League Unlimited. Justice Lords Batman.
Okay, well there you go.
Where Flash dies, they all become fascists.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, more importantly, too, I mean, just also to dispel this, 3 stories off the top of my head. I mean, you know, how many times has he gone after the Falcone, you know, crime family, crime syndicate? Mm-hmm. Penguin is more often than not, you know, portrayed as one of the richest people in Gotham all the time. And then lastly, you go Batman Beyond. I mean, Derek Powers. Powers was the CEO of you know, Wayne Corp. I mean, he's gone after rich people many, many times. It's such a red herring. It's such low, you know, as you say, such a Dixie Cup.
But
he's never going to get Dixie Cup deep thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the classic thing of stupid people that can say something that thinks it makes them look smart.
Right.
People probably don't even watch this stuff at all. They probably not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They hear it from, oh, well, isn't that clever? It made a meme. I'm sorry, memes, they could be funny, but they're not deep. They're not deep, guys. It's like memeing is a college course or something like that, and these kids are licking it up. Batman has been called a fascist many times before. Look, he is, of course, not right in the head. He lost his parents and said, I'm going to dress up like a bat and beat the shit out of criminals.
See,
that is obviously, yes, of course. But the thing is he does more. We hear that all saying, you know, if Batman used his money, yes, he does. Have you not heard of the Wayne Foundation? It's in there. It's freaking in there. And this is the kind of thought that leads to George Lopez at the end of this movie, or movie trailer anyway, or somewhere in the movie, saying Batman's a fascist. And once again, I'm sure there are people out there, oh, Blue Beetle's dead. It's either dead or doomed. They're either one or the other. But Blue Beetle's dead before it arrives. Blue Beetle's doomed. It's a freaking circle jerk.
Yeah.
You got to think of who says it. Look, point being, Marvel Comics decided that it was okay for Moon Knight to have a villain, and what that villain was going to do was say things that Doug Ernst said.
I'm gonna ask. So
hold on, I'm still talking. So they were going to decide that they were going to let somebody call a Moon Knight villain Ernst, because Max Bemis at the time had something wrong with Doug Ernst. Now, what Doug Ernst says, obviously, is, as we know, very smart guy. But then they put it in the words, they put his words in the mouth of the villain, and it becomes bad. That's the way it is. You put those words in the mouth of George Lopez, who looks like a conspiratorial person who's sleeping on their couch and the long hair and everything. It comes off as not as bad. It comes off as not as important. If they had Blue Beetle go, I don't want to be like him. I'm because he's a fascist. Then you've got some serious thinking to do. They did that. I mean, in their minds also, they put Jordan Peterson's words in the mouth of the Red Skull to make Jordan Peterson seem evil. It's not so much the words as who is delivering those words in order to give them weight. And I think for now, while I do think that the thoughts that led up to Batman's a fascist in the trailer, I don't know if we should be jumping on the movie just yet for that reason. However, LK, you were bringing up a really good reason backstage, so you might as well say it here after seeing the Blue Beetle trailer.
Well, let me just push back slightly on this in that, well, again, this is where, your experience, lifelong comic book reader, read these stories, understand things. You have to, understand everything in that trailer was put in there deliberately. Yes. So one or multiple people plus other people had to sign off on putting that phrase in the trailer. And they did that because there is going to be an overwhelming majority of people that don't understand it the way you do. And so then you kind of have to ask yourself, okay, why are they choosing to put this phrase in this trailer in this spot?
It's, of course, to get people talking like we're talking right now. I mean, it's very reminiscent. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it's very reminiscent of Batman from the Teen Titans. Yeah. Venkman, you had something to say, so by all means.
Well, I'll just repeat what I typed in the chat.
Oh, okay.
It said the movie doesn't even take place in Gotham City whatsoever, so most likely George Lopez is watching programs like CNN, which don't know shit in life.
Yeah. It's not what was said, it's the character that says it in this case.
It's not like Titans. Titans is a much different story because of he said, oh, he knows Batman, and he's saying F Batman. It's like, and then they went on to just further to ruin everything in that show, no matter what character it was. Probably the only character in that show was like, I think it was Donna Troy was the most accurate.
I think I saw the first and the second season. The first season I thought was kind of, I didn't think it was horrible. It was just very bland. Like the colors were bland. The characters were bland. The readings were bland. Oh my God, they're coming right at us. It's like there was no passion in it. I thought the second season was okay. I haven't seen any more of it.
Third was all right. I mean, like I said, dealing more with Raven's story, Brother Blood coming in part season 4. But like I said, because they changed Tim, made Tim gay in the comics, so they had to reflect in there. And then like I said, but Superboy and Crypto were good. Yeah.
JP Fawn says now there's 20 plus videos about Batman the Fascist from Nerdrotic, Mr. H, Geeks and Gamers. Proud to include. How many of them are looking at it like, the character, how many of them are looking at it from, let's say, I don't know, a centrist point, or how many of them are going, emotional on either side. I really am interesting in how many are doomed and how many are dead. But there you go.
You'll have to watch them.
Okay.
Go ahead, Venkman.
I was gonna say, since this movie is heavily connected to Blue Beetle graduation day, which I think Zach read the first issue, they change where Blue Beetle lives, and they retconned it. So basically, he's in Palmero, which is basically near El Paso, Texas. You know.
Okay.
But like I said, so my thing is, like I said, that's a long ways away from Gotham City. So you're never gonna even get anything close to what's going on, because not even the people in Gotham City, only but Gordon and the Bat family know that Batman's actually a force of good.
Yeah, America's too big. America is too big for people in Arizona to really know what's going on with people in Florida, and people in Florida to really know what's going on with people in Oregon or Indiana. So why are we moving? I don't know, Gail. Why are you putting me through this? But yeah, you made a really good point there. Okay, the trailer itself, real quick. The suit's awesome. The suit is awesome. I mean, it looks really good.
His family knowing right away that he's got the costume is really annoying.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's a take on it.
Are they trying to do Shazam?
Yeah.
But with Blue Beetle, where
everybody but he's the only hero there. But I don't know if I think it's a horrible take on it. But yeah, it is a take. But LK, you said it first, so you go on ahead.
Okay, yeah. You want me to drop the black pill? So
drop the black pill.
I came across it just scrolling through my Twitter feed this afternoon, and I had it just the video just started playing. I didn't hear any of the audio, so I had no idea about the Batman Fascist line. But when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, God, this looks cheap, and I was just assuming, okay, this is going to be some new HBO Max show, and then was shocked at the end when the trailer says, "Oh, coming to theaters in August." I did not think, well, especially the very opening when the suit pops up, and he goes flying through the ceiling. I thought that looked TV level.
I actually thought him above the world in the suit looked really good. I really do like the suit. I think it looks like all the money went into the suit.
The suit was a very big, when they were taking like behind the scenes pictures, the suit is, the underlay of it is practical. Like there's CG elements to it, but a lot of that suit is practical. Arms come
out and all that kind of stuff.
So,
yeah.
The part that I thought you were going to name was it looked, because you mentioned it looks like a HBO Max show. To me, when he was standing there and everybody's like, hi me, and it looked almost CW-ish,
Yeah.
The cinematography wasn't great, but I thought that they really paid attention to special effects. I'm sorry, Venkman, go on ahead.
There was something that I thought LK was going to mention. Cringe this. Ted's not really even in control of his company. His sister's, Victoria's, managing it.
Well, again, as I said, I didn't see it with the audio at all. I just kind of glanced at it.
They're heavily tying this to current comics where his sister runs Cord Industries.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to bring up, and we can talk about
Ted in the movie at all. Probably not.
Well, they did have the Ted Kord's like flying beetle vehicle in there, and you do see like there is that scene. If you pay attention, the last scene, everyone's focusing on George Lopez and his crazy uncle vibes. But if you actually look in the background, there are like older looking Blue Beetle suits in the background. So
yeah, I didn't see that part yet.
Yeah,
I just saw it once or twice.
It's very.
I saw it twice, once on my phone and once on my TV. I'll have to take a look here. Let me go on ahead, and then I'm going to take some comments.
Okay. Well, I was going to bring up a comment because I think it's going to be a refrain here. And again, this is going to be where it's a difference of opinion between people that are longtime comic book readers that have read Blue Beetle and read this iteration of Blue Beetle. MK said, hey, even dumber. I've seen some normie responses saying, oh my God, it's just DC's Iron Man. Well, guess what? That's going to be the reaction for a lot of people that don't read comic books, and their only exposure to superheroes has been the movies. They're going to make that comparison. it's real easy. I saw, you know, a tweet from somebody that I follow and respect that was kind of like, basically, I guess we're far enough away from, you know, the original Iron Man that DC probably, you know, thinks it's okay to do a movie that looks similar. You know, that's going to be interesting to see how either that gets played positively or negatively in DC's favor.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, along with this fascist Batman thing, if you could think of any anything that the general public get wrong about superheroes, you just hear it all the time, and I'm done with it. I've got another one, but first I want to say hello to AWOL Thoughts, saying greetings all, and then a little bit further down saying you like the trailer. And look, I liked a lot of it. I got to tell you, I love the look of the suit. I love the special. I'm opposite of LK. This may be a going trend between he and I.
He's the what is it? You're the Hannity and he's the Combs.
It might, yes. If we're those two, I'm taking the Hannity.
How
could have
dare
the Combs.
you?
But we just
give me the dignity and call me the Bob Novak. Okay?
on the new movie. I redid Movie Mojo because we got a strike over there, and it means I can't get monetized over there. So I redid Movie Mojo, where I dropped LK and I talking about John Wick, where we don't disagree completely, but there were disagreements. Now let's see. JP Fawn was talking about the black pills and such. It's clickbait.
Yeah,
it's doomed. It's dead. It's dead. It's doomed. It's doomed. It's dead. It's dead. It's doomed. It's doomed. It's dead.
Did you recognize who the villain is in this?
I did not see it. No.
Yeah, it's what's her name?
No, it's
from
a guy.
Defenders.
Yeah, it's what's her name? She was in that thing.
Was she in that thing or the other thing?
It's not even that. No, it's
the first thing.
The other thing.
The first thing.
It's Conrad Carapax. He's a mercenary who was the first enemy of Ted Kord in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. And also of Dan Garrett. Yeah, you see him in there. He's the guy he's leaning forward. He has like the gold light behind him, scar on his face. So
I'll have to look again. I saw
the link.
Really,
I
was so focused on this, I kind of forgot a lot of the rest of the trailer.
Look at
let's see.
I was gonna say, allow me to regale you with the sequence of events, but no, go ahead.
Okay.
Private chat has everything.
We could always put it up on here and do it with commentary.
I absolutely cannot. Not for another 90 days. I can't.
That's why I said the website has actually the breakdown without having to play any trailers. It has actually everything that's going in the trailer.
Yeah, he put a link in the private chat. Gizmodo, VENKMAN, and the
I did that.
Fascist Batman.
That's what I'm going off of as far as that. Because I've seen the trailer, but there's a lot of stuff I missed.
Oh, Gizmodo. Okay. Let me actually welcome and get some of the comments in here real quick, and then let me get some comments real quick, and then we'll go about that.
Give them comments, guys.
Will you let me read some comments here, dude? Batman as a fascist line was hilarious. Of course, people who don't know Batman's identity and true motives would accuse Batman of something he's not, says Hamas.
That's true.
Now, there was a line about we may be getting spoiled on CGI. I think that they should decide what's going to be their big tentpole, and then have smaller, more personal stories with individual movies for a little bit. Let's get to know these characters. How about you don't have to save the world every time out, basically. Sometimes just a person or themselves even would work. Cinema Quirks is agreeing with LK. It looked like a CW show. I agree.
Get out of here, Jimmy. Get out of here.
On the parts that weren't special effects. Let's see.
You have me on your side for
Rachel's
2 minutes.
Already. Have a